earlier, he's 26 years old, and hopefully it's not significant, and he can bounce back, get some treatment, and be right back in there, ready to fight for his team. But, definitely a disappointing moment, obviously in a situation where they could have taken a 3-1 lead. But, don't take anything away from Nate McMillan and those Atlanta Hawks. Without their star, Trae Young, they gave their best performance of the year. And it wasn't a game where somebody came out and played extra hard. I mean, Lou Williams had a great start, 5 for 5 to start out. But, collectively as a group, they were the much more aggressive team. And you can tell they were desperate. And they came out and got a much-needed win tonight.
No question about it. You talk about collectively, they had 6 players in double figures. Talking about the Hawks, the rebounding battle was even in this one. If you go back and look, whoever's won the rebounding battle so far in this series has won the game, but they were competitive there. They also won the assist battle. They were +7 in that department. Just looking at what they did collectively, how impressed were you with how they responded in Game 4?
Well, I think we were expecting them to come out and fight. And give great effort. And the irony of this game, and the Bucks are just battle tested. This one's gonna sting if you're a Milwaukee Bucks player, fan, coach, because they did not come out competitively. I was shocked at how just blasé they were. They just were lax. And really what happened was they played so poorly that it gave Atlanta confidence. It allowed Atlanta to feel like, we can win this game, because they never really made a stand. They never came out and showed that they wanted to game. And that, honestly, that was probably the most disappointing performance I've seen this entire postseason.
So, obviously, the question that I have to ask now, who does that fall more on? Does that fall more on the players, or does it fall on the coaching staff?
Oh, that's the players, without a doubt. Because in a playoff series, you've played 3 games. You're in a conference final. This ain't about a motivational speech. This ain't about an X and O. They're not doing anything we're not prepared for. We just played them 3 times in the last 6 days, 7 days, right? This is purely on the players. Completely 100%. I don't know if you feel that way, Jeff, but to me, this is all. And Budenholzer has had critics, and deservedly so, for things in the past, but this is completely 100% on the players and their approach and the way they perform.
Yeah, definitely on the players, but at some point, the way they started the game, offensively, there was no rhyme or reason to what they were trying to do out there. They turned the ball over. They didn't attack the paint, which has been the biggest part of their game throughout while they're having success. So at some point, does the staff step in and look, timeout. Look, guys, we got to focus. Focus in on the task at hand, and let's get back to doing what's made us successful. But again, like D.A. said, the coaches can't shoot the ball for you. They can't play defense for you. And from an inner team, you got to find somebody in that locker room that has to step up and take ownership. But, it's a series. It's 2-2. You'll go back home now. Whatever the situation is with Giannis, you'll figure that out in the next 24 hours. And you'll have to come ready to play. It's not just going to happen. This is the Eastern Conference Finals. Both teams are good. They've gotten to this point. And so, man, you've definitely woken up a beast, though. You've given the Atlanta Hawks confidence, and they've beaten you on your home court before. So they'll be pumped up. It's a series now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Home court has been taken back by the Atlanta Hawks right now. We know at the beginning of the game, the big talk was about Trae Young, who would miss this game with that bone bruise on his ankle after stepping on the ref's foot in the previous game. Now, GA, looking at this series now, shifting to Game 5, looking ahead, we still don't know Trae Young's status. We obviously don't know Giannis' status yet. But what is the approach now for each team going into Game 5? And we know Game 5s are always very pivotal.
Well, I think if you're Nate McMillan with his young crew, what was great about the win was they didn't do anything special. That was the positive. You didn't have an out-of-body experience. You didn't have somebody do something that they're not capable of. Because, Bogdanovich started to make threes, but he was 7 of 19. He didn't wow you. Kevin Huerter was just 7. He didn't shoot it great, other than Lou in terms of his field goal percentage. And then Capella, he's just shooting layups. They didn't wow you. Cam Reddish was terrific off the bench. But when I say that, it's not a knock on Atlanta. Like, and actually it's a compliment to say that they won this way in a dominant fashion, I should say, when nothing special happened. Normally, when you beat a team by 22 in a conference final, one or two things happen. You had a special game on your end, or they laid an egg. And that's my point. So they laid an egg. So if I'm Nate McMillan, potentially we get Trae back. Potentially they don't have Giannis. Now you're going to literally have the same role that you just saw with Milwaukee. So you get to learn from their experience of not bringing the effort and the energy, because you don't know how Milwaukee will respond after this kind of performance. This puts a little bit of doubt in you. Now, this is where, from a coaching standpoint, Budenholzer is going to have his work cut out, because he's got to get his guys to regroup. There's a lot of anxiety in that locker room right now. And it's not just the game. One thing to have it with the game, but now you're also dealing with the uncertainty of your best player. And make no mistake about it, he is their best player. And not to have him potentially, that can be unnerving.
And I just want to focus the light on the positive, though, for the Atlanta Hawks. Yeah. You look at Lemon Pepper Lou, 34 years old. Listen, hey, his game is magic in the city of Atlanta. I think you know exactly what I'm talking. Runway, what is Lou Williams feeling right now after this game?
Well, Lou's feeling very confident. Obviously, they found a plan of attack. It's very similar to what Trae Young was doing. You put Brook Lopez in the pick and roll. He's in a deep drop coverage, and now you can survey the floor, get your mid-range jumper off, which we know Sweet Lou has killed people over his career with. And then if he gets behind the defense, he can throw the lob to Capella. So
there it is. Jet Terry breaking it down. Now we'll send it to his former head coach, Coach Budenholzer.
Yeah, so that's it. That's all. Yeah, you know, he's in the locker room with the guys and just address the group, and you know, but nothing, you know, above and beyond, or you know, we'll see how he is tomorrow.
I guess along those lines, there's time to take as he comes off, and then sub, and you have to do a timeout and try to regroup as a coach. They go on a 15-0 run after that. Just what did you sense then? How did it's obvious how momentum changed, but what did you see, I guess, with your team and then the way the Hawks responded?
Yeah, you know, I mean, they had a lot of guys play well tonight, you know, for really the whole game. So, you know, credit to Atlanta. They played well from the start. They played well coming off the injury. You know, so we got to be better on both ends. You know, our group will gather. Our group, the character of it will come through. And we're going home. It's 2-2. We're going back to Milwaukee. No, not that I'm aware of. I mean, you know, I think we made some headway to start the third quarter. And so, you know, I think the guys were good coming out of the locker room. But, you know, overall, I think whether it was, you know, before the injury, after the injury, you know, credit to Atlanta how they played tonight. And so we got to be better for the whole game. No, I mean, I think, you know, he just the lob to Capella, and you know, I think he went to contest the lob, and just live, it looked like their legs got tangled up, or you know, they both landed awkwardly, and that's what I saw live. I haven't seen anything else. Yeah, no, I mean, it's, you know, we'll take everything as it comes. We'll evaluate it, and we've got a heck of a team, a heck of a roster. The guys will be ready to compete and play. You know, that's what it's about. And so, we got a game 5. We'll watch the film, we'll prepare, we'll get ready. The guys love competing, they love playing. That's what it's all about. Yeah, no, I mean, they've both played well. I think they're both great players. So, we'll figure out, how we can help them, and they help themselves a little bit. So I think it's something to look at and work to improve on going into Game 5. Yeah, at halftime, we felt like we could come out and just do it possession by possession, get some stops, just manage the game from half going forward. And, we did have a good start to the third quarter. We got to do it from the beginning and, gather and, call on our character to get ready and play Game 5. Yeah, they're competing, trying to play a game. Obviously Giannis is their, big part of, our soul and our fiber. And I'm sure there's the human element where, the concern and care for him is real. But, they're in the heat of the battle. They're playing, they're competing, they're trying to get stops, trying to get rebounds, trying to do things, trying to find a way to be there for him while he's not able to be on the court. And I'm sure that's what they'll do. I think, we'll look at it and we'll feel like we could have been better to start with. But at the end of the first quarter, I think it was 25-22, So again, we didn't start well in Game 3, here, and had a similar start tonight. But I think to manage it and get to 25-22 at the end of the quarter. But then, second quarter kind of got away from us again. So we can't, we got to do it for the 48, all the little winning things that go into it on both ends of the court. So we got to work on that. Yeah, I don't want to speak for him. I know just historically it's impossible to keep him off the court. It's impossible to keep him away from his teammates, keep him away from his team. So my guess is he, probably wants to play and trying to play. And if not, let his teammates know that he's there for them.
Games dating back to the regular season back in February. They get a win tonight behind head coach Nate McMillan. Let's take a listen.
I just respect this team and their approach all season long. As I mentioned at the beginning, we've had this situation where we've had a lot of guys out, and our guys continue to step up, next man up, and play solid game, play solid basketball. Lou did an excellent job for us tonight, just running the team, establishing the tempo. We got great ball movement tonight. All the things that we talked about, we needed. We got that tonight, and it started with our guards. I thought Bogey, found his rhythm tonight, knocking down some shots. Kevin was really good again. It was a total team effort, and guys continue to step in and take advantage of opportunities when they get them.
One more real quick. Do you have any kind of update on Clint?
No, I don't.
Okay, Joe Barden.
So obviously Trae couldn't go tonight, and it sounds like he's not feeling well on that. What do you think for him for Game 5?
I don't know. It was the report was just Tonight he's out. He didn't feel comfortable enough to, put pressure on his foot tonight. So I'll get a report tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll be a game time decision.
So this is going to sound like I'm trying to blame this on Trae, and I'm not. But the ball, you mentioned already, the ball really was moving more tonight than it has in the series. What was the discussion coming into this game about moving it, and did it have to do did the ball movement have anything to do with, I guess, trying to compensate for Trae being out?
Well, we play a different style of basketball. Trae does a great job of initiating offense for us when he's in the game. When we go to our second unit, we have to play a different style of basketball. And that's been good for us. Tonight, without Trae, we had to do some different things. We got some good ball movement, and our guys were able to make them defend. We did a good job of taking care of the basketball. Only 11 turnovers. Tonight they scored only 4 points off of our turnovers. I didn't think that we had too many possessions where we settled. We made them play from side to side, got good ball movement, really established a rhythm and was able to knock down some shots. And with that, we was able to keep our floor balanced so that we could get back in transition.
Then with Lou, was there anything that you had to do to kind of lessen the blow on him when he was traded here?
No. Basically, I talked to Lou. I knew what Lou would bring, and we all did. We knew that his ability to score and come off the bench and be productive. Basically, I talked to him about the role that Rondo was playing when he came here, and that was a role of mentoring Trae. And he understood that role. He accepted that role. He knew that, Trae is the future of this organization. He's coming in to back him up, and he's done a great job of mentoring Trae, talking about, different situations, how to manage a game, different things that he can do. His minutes was really cut coming here. He was a 20-plus minute guy, and he only has about 15, 10 to 15 minutes behind Trae. So he really sacrificed that role to help this team, and he's done a great job for us.
Sherrod Blakely?
Coach, when Giannis went out, you guys were up by 10, and often when the best player in the opposing team goes out there, sometimes teams take a deep breath and kind of relax, but you guys did. You guys were actually able to just continue to forge ahead and increasingly speak to what your team allows them to be able to do that and do it relatively consistently, not kind of completely throw out the gas.
Right. Yeah, but we condition ourselves to play that way. That's still a good team. They are a really good team. Still have really solid players, Drew and Middleton and Lopez, Pat, all of those guys over there. I mean, that's a good team. So no, there was no way we were going to relax. We knew we had to put together a 48-minute game. And I thought our guys did a good job of really just keeping the pressure on defensively. We were forcing misses and was able to get out into transition because of the good ball movement. We got into a rhythm offensively, was knocking down shots, and was able to stretch that lead, at that time. And those are things that you want to do when something like that happens. You want to try to take advantage of that. And I thought our guys, stayed focused on what we needed to do, and they executed well.
Are there one or two, just one more quick follow-up, are there one or two things that allow players to make that pivot when their role changes? Like when Trae's out, everyone's role is modified somewhat. What's the key to guys
having the mindset to be successful in these different roles?
Well, we talk about, first I want to give credit to my coaching staff because a lot of times, these guys who are stepping in like Cam, Cam came in tonight and had a solid night for us, a really good night. Those were important minutes. We were going to give him minutes tonight, even if Trae played. But without Trae and that, losing that body, his minutes became even more important. But our coaches do a great job of keeping these guys ready, working them, conditioning them to be ready to play if their name is called. And once again, we've just had guys when they've gotten that opportunity, they've taken advantage of it. Lou, is an experienced guard. Really, he understood what he needed to do. He understood the moment that was in front of him, and he did a good job of really leading this team, establishing the tempo of the game tonight.
Tim Bontemps.
Sort of along the same lines. You said before the game you didn't want your guys to try to do more than what they normally do, right? Trae Young. Did you think that overall you guys were able to do that?
I thought everybody stayed in their lane. They played their game, and they played connected basketball. We often talk about it really doesn't make a difference who is out on the floor, what five is out on the floor. We need to be connected on both ends of the floor. I thought our defense was much better tonight, guarding the ball, keeping the ball out of the paint. We still need to do a better job of rebounding. They were pounding us on the boards. Offensively, we were connected where we had good ball movement. We weren't turning the ball over. Shot selection was really good, and we was able to get our defense back and set our defense. So just, we talk about our 3 C's, being calm. I thought we showed that all night long, being clear about what we needed to do and being connected on both ends of the floor, and they did that for 48 minutes.
Talking